What's up, everybody? Sean and D-Man here. I hope you guys are having yourselves a great weekend. We are back. Wanted to drop a quick little review and final thoughts on The Strangers Chapter 3. This came out this past Friday. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know it was coming out. Like, I didn't see any promotions about it, any trailers, TV spots. I didn't see anything like that. The only reason I knew it was coming out on Friday was I think maybe like 2 days before, like that Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, I saw just scrolling on Twitter, I saw like an ad talking about the movie and how it came out on February 6th. And so I was like, there's no way. I went and looked, yeah. And I was just like, wow, I didn't see any kind of like promotion or anything like that for the movie. Now, let me see. I'm trying to remember. So The Strangers Chapter 2 came out in wow, that's September 2025. Okay. So if you're not familiar with this, The Strangers Chapter 1, 2, and 3, I guess are a retelling of the Strangers story that was I believe the 2007, 2008 movie, which is one of my favorite movies. I did not like all three of these. All three of these were relatively bad movies. The third one, chapter three, had some had some interesting stuff, but overall, like it just was not a good film. Like, I mean, we pick up immediately after the end of chapter two, where um what is her name? Madeline Maya crashes the ambulance, which killed her and Shelly, who was Pinstripe Girl. I think that was the one. And so, and then obviously we saw uh, Scarecrow mourning for her. He then goes and like takes an axe in this one and like hits her with it. I don't know why he hit the body with it. I'm not sure why he did that. The body, she was dead. So I don't understand why he hit her multiple times with the axe. But anyway, so him and Dollface take the body, get in the truck, drive away. Meanwhile, the sheriff is looking around, and so one of the things we learned in the chapter two was we got the identities of at least two of the killers, Scarecrow and Pinstripe Girl, which their names are Shelly and Ryan. So in this one, in chapter three, we get flashbacks about both of them, but then the third person as well, who we finally see um, in chapter three. So in chapter three, there's a point at the beginning where it's like 3 years ago, and Shelly is working at a local motel. This woman who's just traveling by gets a room, basically gets attacked and gets killed. Um, and then it shows up again, like the same room number keeps showing up at least, I think, yeah, two different times. It was like room 24. We saw it in the flashback 3 years ago. We saw it again um in another flashback where we get I don't know if they gave her a name. I don't think, let me see. So, okay. Well, she doesn't have a name, but it's Dollface. Let me make sure that's right. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay, so she doesn't actually have a name. She's just known as Dollface. So we see like flashbacks of young Scarecrow and young Pinstripe Girl as they just go through basically just killing people until they come across a couple. Um, the guy tries to flirt with Shelly in a store. The girlfriend was not happy about it. So later that night, Scarecrow's name is Ryan. So Shelly and Ryan go to room 24 at the motel, prepared to kill them both. They go in, and Dollface has killed her boyfriend. And so now Dollface is a part of the group. So that's where we get our three people from. Um, I just hated. I just hated all this. I hated all this. This was just. And so, and then another thing we learned in this movie is the sheriff is covering it up. There's a scene where they're in a court case. I think it has to do with what happened to the blonde girl in chapter 2 that Shelly basically kills. Maybe. But the judge is like, all right, sheriff, because you're a record with law enforcement, yada yada yada, you can keep custody of your son. But if he get steps one toe out of line, he's going away until he's 18. And we see a scene where uh young Scarecrow kills a random guy who's out, maybe not camping, he's just out and about, and kills him. And so basically what we learn is his dad has been helping him and his friends cover up these crimes, which is I don't know. What else was it about this movie? What else was it about this movie? We get Maya's sister. She shows up with, I think, her husband and maybe a private investigator or whoever. And because they go into the diner and they're like, "Hey," in case the guy has like an iPad, he's like, "Hey, we're looking for this person." But one of the waitresses, one of the waitresses was just like basically, I hope nothing bad has happened to her or anything like that. Like she was like going off script compared to what everybody else in the diner was doing, because everybody seemed to be on the same page of what's potential or what's going on. The whole town knows. It seems like the whole Venus, I think it's the place called. They all know about it. Um, because Maya's sister talks with the waitress while she's on her break and stuff like that, and she talks about how multiple people who come here disappear, but not the people who live here. So essentially, as long as Scarecrow, Dollface, Pinstripe Girl, as long as they don't kill anybody in the town or whatever, they're gonna look the other way and let them unleash their violent rages on unsuspected people who come through. And it's the whole. I wanted maybe a little bit more of that. We kind of got a hint of that in chapter 2 when Maya was trying to find help from somebody, and there's this elderly lady who told Maya to get off her property, and she's essentially was going to say the sheriff was in on it. Um, I would have liked to see a little bit more of that, maybe more of like the town being against Maya instead of it, because it felt like primarily just the sheriff, Pinstripe Girl, Dollface, and Scarecrow. It really felt like it was just them doing most of the work. I like the idea of the entire town knowing that there's killers here. I don't know, but they probably did. They know who it actually was? I wonder. See, that's just something I don't. That's not. It's not clear on if they knew who was actually committing the murders or not. Because Shelly was working. No, I think Shelly was working at the diner. I think she, I think she was working at the diner in chapter 1. So, and it's just, yeah, it was just a lot. I was just kind of like, I was like, I don't like this. This is, so one of the things I thought was quite interesting was after Pinstripe Girl Shelly is killed, Scarecrow and Dollface don't immediately kill Maya. he like is that it was almost as if they were trying to push Maya to a breaking point to where she will become one of them, replacing Pinstripe Girl. At least that's what it seemed like. Because you saw how he reacted. He put the pinstripe mask on Maya. He was very intimate with it. And then later, when they go kill this random couple, she's wearing the pinstripe mask, and they're basically forcing her to do the routine. You know, hello, is Tamara here? Um, Maya kills Dollface, which Dollface really didn't do much. I guess I don't know. Um, but then Scarecrow basically takes Maya's hands with a machete and kills the woman. Uh, Meanwhile, you have Maya's sister, her husband, and the private eye or whatever tracking the sheriff. The sheriff kills his deputy. Um, those three end up getting killed. The PI got killed by the sheriff, which I don't know how they didn't hear the gunshots from where they were. There's no way he could have been gone. The what I don't. So let me back up a little bit. With the couple being killed in room 24. How did you not hear all that commotion? Like, is it soundproof or something? Like, nobody heard her crying, and it's just like what? And then with my sister, the sheriff basically leads them to an RV, which I guess is where Ryan and them were staying, maybe. And and the private eye guy gets killed, and you would think they would have heard the gunshots echoing through the woods, but they didn't. In the meantime, Scarecrow shows up with Maya. The whole cat and mouse game begins. Maya's sister's husband uses up all his shots, which is what Scarecrow was probably going for. Now, he probably obviously didn't know he had a gun, but just in case, terrify him a little bit. He kicks over the freaking RV, kills them both, kills Maya's sister in front of her, and he cuts Maya loose and leaves her with the truck, and Maya's getting ready to leave, but she stops, turns around, goes back, kills the sheriff, and then ultimately kills Scarecrow and takes his mask with her, which I don't know if they were trying to symbolize, maybe not symbolize, like her maybe becoming like them. I don't know, but I was just disappointed in these movies. I was expecting a little bit too much, I think, and so I was very very much disappointed. And then all three of these chapters sucked. Like, I just was not a big fan of it. I don't know why we did it. Well, I don't know why I say we. I don't know why they made it. It was just it was stupid. I hated it. I hated it. So yeah, that's it. I hope we never get another Strangers movie or anything like that again. Hope that's done. I am only going to reference the original Strangers movie. I guess Strangers Pray at Night was better than these three chapters for sure. And Pray at Night is not a good movie either, but it was a lot better than these three chapters. But yeah, I'm just annoyed. I hated this movie. I hated it. I hated it. I really did. But that's about it, guys. Just wanted to do a quick little review, give my thoughts about it. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure you comment below. You can also find me on Rumble, Kick, Twitch, my gaming channel, Patreon, and the Nerd Talk podcast on Spotify. All that you can find down in the description below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have a good one.